Hey everyone, it's Mike from Mike Olson Art. I hope everyone's having a great day today. As usual, thank you guys so very much for taking the time out of your day to check in and hear me talk a little bit more about the card art projects that I've been working on. I've got a really special card that I want to share with you guys today. It's a really special card, really special client for this one. We're going to be looking at card number 11 from my third series. And this one's just a really wonderful project. I think that any card artist or sports artist will say, one of the most thrilling things is when a player actually, or a player's family even, reaches out and requests artwork or wants to collaborate on artwork. And that's actually the story behind today's card. Today's card is actually 100% designed and conceived of by Texas Rangers third baseman Josh Jung. I was just completely blown away when Josh reached out. I had just finished a card commission for a really awesome Texas Rangers collector named Chris, and he reached out and wanted to do a card of Josh, but he wanted to do it in kind of a Captain America theme, and it was a really fun project to work on. It came out great. He posted it, and Josh actually noticed and saw it and ended up reaching out, and we went back and forth, and why don't we just take a look at what me and Josh came up with. All right, so this is the card that Josh designed and I handmade. It is what I call the Josh Jung Captain America card Part 2. Another Captain America inspired card, but there was a lot of input from Josh that went into this one. So why don't we just dive right in and see what went into making this truly unique card. All right, so here is our card front for our brand new Josh Jung Captain America style card. Like I said, this card was 100% designed by Josh. I think the first thing that happened when Josh reached out and then we discussed making a card for him was this image he sent to me. He sent this image right off the bat and said that that was the image of himself that he wanted to use for the card. And I noticed it was his 2024 Stadium Club variation card. So it was really cool that he got to send me the actual photo from that photo shoot, not the actual card image. So really cool to have that little bit of inspiration to work with right off the bat. As all of you might know, Josh is a huge Captain America fan, and after he saw the previous Captain America card that I had done, he reached out and wanted to do kind of a Captain America card of his own, and I just really love what he came up with. The only thing I kind of helped out with was this, Allen and Ginter style card design feature, which actually comes from the project I worked on right before this one. I worked on a Scott Rowland card with a really awesome collector, and some of that card kind of leaked into this one because we used kind of this Allen and Ginter style border for his card, and it was kind of stuck in my brain when Josh reached out, so I suggested maybe we use that as part of our overall design, and Josh loved it. We actually went back and forth a few times, and explored some designs without this design feature in the back, and it just didn't look as nice. I think this looks a lot classier, has a nice vintage feel to it, and really goes along with the look of the photo. At first, we actually considered doing a Captain America shield behind Josh because that was one of his first ideas, and we made a couple of mock-ups that went back and forth between us, and just didn't really like how that one was looking, so we switched back to this Allen and Ginter style, and instead of having the shield behind Josh, he asked if maybe we could put the words Captain America behind him. And he actually sent me a really cool bit of art that was a vintage-looking Captain America title just like this, but it was bright yellow, and it looked like it came from a really colorful version of a comic book. And as cool as that looked, it didn't really work for the coloring and the feel we had for this card. So I actually decided to change the coloring and match the gray and kind of leave the text white so that it would kind of, be there behind him, but it wouldn't overshadow Josh. So I love how it actually came together. I thought it was a great idea that he wanted to do that, and it looks really cool. Josh did not want to get rid of the shield and asked if maybe we could, instead of putting it behind him, move it up into that top right corner, and I think that's a really great place for it. It happens to just work out really nicely there. And because of the scroll work of this Allen and Ginter design, I was able to kind of draw an area around this shield and make it look like it's truly part of the design here. So I don't know if you can see it, but Josh's other request was he wanted to have his number in there in gold. So we did a tiny, tiny gold number 6. It's hard to see, but it's there. Put his number in there. And that's pretty much the story of the front of this card. As far as difficulty, I think the hardest part of this card front was just Josh's likeness. This picture that he chose was really distinctive. He looks really cool in the photo, and I wanted to make sure that he looked cool in the drawing as well. So that was probably the hardest part of this card. The part of this card that I had the most fun on was probably this Captain America behind Josh. I tried a couple of different sizes to get it to kind of work out behind him, and was really happy with the size that I landed on. And that was probably the most fun part about actually doing this card. So that's your card front, completely designed by Josh himself. And now the back is a surprise because Josh doesn't know anything about the back. I told him that I was going to do a little surprise on the back for him, and my idea was to kind of have this Captain America shield looking like somebody had thrown it, and it became embedded in the back of the card. And I think that it actually looks pretty cool. I'm really happy with the look of it, and really looks like there's a shield sticking right out of the back of this card. So just a really fun way to do something special for Josh, for actually reaching out and wanting to do this card with me. So I hope he loves this little surprise on the back. I did his 2022 to 2024 stats. At the time I'm recording this, it still hasn't, the 2025 season still hasn't started. So I stuck with his stats that I actually know. And I decided to put one extra line in here to do a little nod to his World Series championship back in 2023. I've left room here. Hopefully we're going to see Josh sign the back of this one. I'm going to, include another sticker so he can hopefully crack this thing open, sign it, and then seal everything back up. There you go, Josh. This is your card back and your card front. I hope you love this card. This thing was a blast to work on. All right, so that is the story behind my newest Captain America inspired Josh Jung card. Like I said, super, super thrilling to have Josh reach out. And it was just such a fun time getting to go back and forth with him, figuring out what we wanted to put on this card and kind of how we wanted to do it. And in the end, it turned into such an amazing looking card. So Josh, awesome job. This looks fantastic. And thank you so much for the really, really creative idea. This one was fun to paint and it was fun to execute. So thank you so much. That's it, guys. I'm not sure what else to say other than wow. This project was completely shocking, such fun, such an honor, and but that doesn't mean that you guys don't have awesome ideas too. So like I always say, there's no card that we can't create together, whether it's an existing card that just happens to be out of your price range, or whether, like Josh, you have an idea for a really unique card. I'd love to work with you. So just send your ideas my way. You can get in touch with me here on Instagram, or you can head over to my website, mikeolsonart.com, and you can get in touch with me that way. But either way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Josh. It was wonderful to work on this with you, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Thank you so much.